today for November the 15th, 2013. Well, of course, they have a trade agreement that's going to affect a lot more than just trade. They're talking about affecting the internet, copyright infringement, and also how you use the internet will be also largely affected if this goes into law, folks. It would also drive away competition of all other trade embargoes with the U.S., like foreign countries or other third parties who want to trade and export items with the United States. This trade agreement is a multifaceted treaty that not only affects trading, but it's what you do on the internet. If you have a website or a business on the web, you need to pay attention to this, folks, because you are going to be the one that loses out as far as the details go. Because they're talking about monitoring everything that you do. And let's say if you use something for safe harbor or use a sample, if they don't like what you use, they can say, hey, you copy and infringe, and give you a fine and possibly shut your website down. So this has stuff that was taken from the way it looks when I analyzed the bill. Looks like it was taken from SOPA, PIPA, and of course other earlier variations of the internet bill that was thrown out. But however, this will affect both trade, copyright infringement, and also how you do business thereof on the web. So anyway, if you really don't like this, you need to contact your local politicians that are in Congress to vote against this, to vote it down. All computer agencies, government, otherwise, even consumers and entrepreneurs need to vote and call their local senators and all that in legislation and vote this treaty down, meaning do not allow this to go into law, because it will take away your freedoms on the internet like we have them right now. You will be heavily regulated and or taxed and or fined and possibly imprisoned. You could be copying stuff anonymously just to say if this bill goes into effect, it's not illegal. You know, it might be something you torrent it like a newscast, and you could be doing that, file sharing it, like a lot of newscasters do, and they could say, oh, you're pirating content because you're doing that, and then you would face legal representation and fines and other things falsely because of that technicality when you're not even doing anything illegal or piracy-wise at all. Well, let's say if you're a DJ and you get music from a music source, such as a radio station, like we get music here and it comes digital download. We get songs all the time from the music consortium, and it's all legal. But the thing is, we get the music here. It's sent to us when new music is meant to go on the air, and it comes to us usually before it actually goes on the air, and gives us dates when we can release it. Well, that's how it's done, like at most stations on the radio and on satellite and so forth. And that's how we do it here. So they could say, oh, you're pirating music, when really you're not, because you have the license to do that. I have the license to do that. So, you know, that could create some problems for small stations like us that are on the web, and other web-based radio stations too as well. You really need to look at this bill online. You need to go to the website and really look at it. I'm not exactly where it is, but I have looked at it, and it's really bad. I got a PDF version of it from a disclosed source. And, of course, Alex Jones was talking about it, too, and so it made me want to look and check it out for myself. So I don't just go by what he says about things. I go by making decisions myself and evaluate them, and then I share my analysis with other people's analysis and findings with you all, as I do with all the other news that I report. Far as the date of the Philippines, as we go to the Philippines, as we said, there may be over 10,000 people that have died in that horrible typhoon that hit. And right now they're experiencing another 5 inches of rain that's not from a typhoon. But they fear that the count for the dead actually is about 2,500. But they fear that there could be more since there's so much missing and so much devastation. They still have a lot of buildings and homes and things to go through before they can actually find out what the problem is. So this is the news segment for Friday, November the 15th, 2013 from DeSilvis Media, your source for computer, web, and other related news phenomena. We bring it to you free. So please help us out, because we don't get paid by the government or the dinosaur or state-bought media. We're independent media. Give you the news as the Bible. from a biblical point of view with Christian basis in mind. Also, you may want to watch out for your kids in school because they're talking about giving shots to girls, your girls and boys, without getting permission. It's important that you make sure that you opt out of those immunization programs. You can waive out of those programs. Simply go to the nurse and ask to be waived. They cannot bar you from school from not getting these shots. However, they may say it's law and it's illegal what you're doing, but it's not illegal because there's no law that says that you must get these shots or your children must take these immunizations. Nowhere on the books. However, they will say that there is because they lie about everything else. And Obama, I forgot, we were going to end the news prematurely, but Obama or Vomit or Obozo has came out with another excuse for the healthcare program. He's now said he was sorry, and now he's saying now that he has the power of God to make you be able to still continue keeping your insurance coverage that you had before Obamacare went into law. But yet he does not have the power or authorization to make that promise because this healthcare program has been designed from the beginning to tear apart and to discourage and to close out other competition, to weed them out, so that the only thing that would be in business in the end, and will be in the end when it fully is implemented after 2015, Obamacare will be the only thing that will be out there offered, because all private industries for the most part will be sequestered or closed down because they can't meet the new requirements that healthcare has put in, Obama healthcare has put into effect from his Obama hellacious writing of this bill with Romney and also with Gore and other people that have wrote this bill into law, that they looked at and did not do a good job, and now it's causing all these people they come up with these unreasonable standards that are not true, that they cannot match or even meet. That's why they're going to be forced to sequester, to shut down, or you'll lose your plan because the insurance will go out of business if they can't come up with a plan to match those standards, or they just won't be in business anymore. Because that's the whole design of Obama Hellation Care insurance. So, enjoy your insurance. And of course, as Consumer Affairs says, do not go to the government site and get your insurance, as we keep telling you. Don't go there because it's just designed to get your insurance, your information, your IP address, your social security, your bank information, your tax return information. It's a cipher for getting that. That's working fine. Obama says it's working fine because what they do is they'll sell you a plan that you'll be paying anywhere from 50%, 50 times as much to up to more than that in some cases, or 5 to 10 times as much than what you're paying now. So what we're telling people is just go to private websites that that carriers of insurance will still be able to meet the Obamacare standards, but go through their website and not the government site. This is Michael DeSilvis signing off for our news portion for November 15th, 2013. See you tomorrow with another update. Oh, and the kids will be here on Saturday, so you'll see them. Or you won't see them, but you'll hear them. And, of course, for a morning service. So if you hear kids, that's what they're here. They'll be here on Sunday morning. All right, well, I will see you later. This is Michael DeSilva signing off.